it's Sabrina and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about all of the fantasy books that are on my TBR. So these are all my fantasy books that are currently on my TBR. I am a really bad fantasy reader. I tend to usually go for like contemporary and romance, and then I usually leave fantasy on the back burner, which is literally not a good thing to do, but I always end up doing it for whatever reason. And then I'm left with like all these fantasy books that I really need to read. So,
what will you learn? What will you learn? That your actions have consequences.
let's just talk about some books. There are literally so many here, and I don't have very much time to film this video because I gotta go get my vehicle fixed so I can go to work tomorrow. So, let's talk about books. So the first one I have on this list is Forest of Souls by Lori M. Lee. So I don't really know much about this book other than the fact that there is a Spider King, and I was all about that because I've heard so many amazing things about it, and a girl who goes into this forest that like steals your soul. There's a Spider King. What? I don't really know much about it, but she wants to be a royal spy. Like, this girl is first of all a badass. I don't even care. And I'm just really excited to read it. So I'm hoping to get to it this year. Y'all better hold me to it. At the end of the year, if I don't talk about any of these books, I better get yelled at. Okay, that's all I'm saying. The next one I have is Goddess in the Machine by Laura Beth Johnson. So first of all, this edition is stunning. I got it in a book box, and I have been talking about how I wanted to read this book to so many friends, and I just didn't do it. And I think it's a futuristic novel. Yes, it's a novel from 3102.
I'm you from the future.
And apparently she's a goddess, and she went to a cryptic sleep or a trip across the galaxy, and then she never woke up. So 100 years later, she wakes up.
Wake up, sleepyhead!
I don't even know. Like, she fights for her throne. Girl, I don't even know what 90% of these books are really about. All I know is I want to read them in their fantasy. So, got it. The next one I have is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. So, obviously this book has been so hyped on BookTube. Like, everybody and their mamas be talking about it on BookTube, and I want to read it so bad because, first of all, Chinese culture is not talked about enough in books. I know the Poppy War is really big on BookTube as well, which I need to read, but I don't really know many other books that have Chinese culture in them that is a fantasy novel, and that is something that I really want to get into. Sorry if the angle changed. I had to change my battery. These Violent Delights, I just really want to read it. Everybody's been talking about it, and I love historical fiction, and from what I've heard from everybody, this series is just freaking awesome. Okay, I like this angle. I don't know if you guys do, but I like it. Hey, stop eating my makeup wipes. What are you doing? Oh, and it involves gangs. Chinese gangs. First of all, I read an article on Chinese gangs the other day, and it was nerve-wracking. So I'm excited.
So excited! So excited!
The next one I have is Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. Woo! That's a last name. First of all, this edition I got in my last Fairy Loot box, the one that I canceled, and I'm salty because this, and then complaints. The month later, they did These Violent Delights, and it was pink. I'm gonna resubscribe because I'm annoyed. But everybody's been talking about this book. I need to get my life together. Hello, nice man. I forgot I keep these over my Fairy Loots, and this man is beautiful. Anyway, so they're witches.
Hold on! This is my favorite. Hold on! Her sister was a witch, right? And what was her sister? A princess! The Wicked Witch of the East, bro!
I'm gonna stab him.
You're gonna look at me and you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong? Am I wrong?
It's my favorite
She
movie.
wore a crown and she came down in a bubble,
I'm
dog!
not fighting with you.
Grow up,
fighting
bro!
with you.
Grow up!
Get educated, but
I love books about witches, okay? I don't know. Prince of Hell. I don't know. Honestly, if you say Prince of Hell, I think beautiful man. Like, have y'all ever seen Sabrina the Teenage Witch? Lucifer? I don't know if that's his name in the movie. Is it? I don't remember. But Sabrina's dad, that man is beautiful. So I just feel like when you put Prince of Hell or Lucifer in a sentence. I think beautiful man. So I need to read this. The next one is the Children of Blood and Bone duology. Do I have explanation for this? No. Why did I buy both of the books when I haven't even read the first one? Because I have no self-control. That's why. But I've heard really good things about this. Also, there's a map. I'm a sucker for maps. And I believe it's about... No, it is not what I thought it was about. Apparently these kids have like special powers or something like that, and they're trying to like bring their powers back. Is that what that's about? I don't really know, but I've heard amazing things about both of these. Actually, I got an option to read this book for my children's lit class that I'm taking, or my YA lit class that I'm taking this semester, and I chose the Cemetery Boys instead because I really want to read that one as well, and it's not as hefty. But I'm super excited for these, and I think they're going to be great. I'm really hoping I can get to them this year. Y'all better hold me to it if I don't talk about them in a wrap up. And the next one is Incendiary by Zoraida Cordova. Can't speak. I don't know what this book is about either. Why is there like a sticky note in this book? That is like super sticky for a weird reason. Oh, I have it so it doesn't stick to my book. That's smart. Go you, Sabrina. So apparently she was kidnapped and she's a memory thief. Also, I just bought a book called The Memory Thief, and that seems like such a good concept for a book, is like to be able to steal people's memories, because, and they like make you more powerful. I don't know, but this book seems so good. And this is my first book I ever got in my Owl Crate box, and I want to read it. Y'all, you guys need to stop like, you guys need to start like yelling at me when I don't read the fantasy books that I claim I'm going to read. So hopefully I'm able to read this soon. I don't know. I need to get my life together personally. Next one I have is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by B.E. Schwab. This is the Owl Crate edition, and I'm not too fond of it, to be honest. Also, y'all, her next book comes out. Okay, so I read her middle grade series called The City of Bones, and the next one comes out this year, and I'm so excited because I love that middle grade novel. It's so cute and I love it. But The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, I heard this was being made into a movie, which I don't know about all of that. I think it's going to be, from what I've heard, a very strange way to make a movie out of this, but I'm hoping that I enjoy it. I think it's about a girl who everyone she meets, she doesn't remember, or they don't remember her.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
I should entitle this video, I don't know what half these books are about. Next one I have is Serpent and Dub, which everybody has been talking about on BookTube, and that's where I got it from, a recommendation on BookTube. And I just am excited because it's believes it follows two people, and they're kind of at war. Their like kinds are at war, and the two fall in love, so it's kind of like a fantasy romance, which is something that I like because I like romance. So I feel like fantasy romance is something that I would super enjoy, so I'm very excited to read this as well. Next one I have is The Ember and the Ashes by Sahaba Tahar. So I've heard really good things about this as well. I believe this, I always want to say this is a Chinese based one as well, but I think it's more of a Middle Eastern based fantasy. But it's a romance as well, which, hello, I'm a lovin' romance, okay? And I really hope I'm able to read this soon. I don't know. I just noticed there was a man on this cover. I've never noticed him before. Hello, sir. What's your name? Hello? Elias? I'm assuming that's his name. Hello, Elias. It's nice to meet you. I've had this book for a year and a half, and I didn't know that man's name. The next one I have is Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. So my good buddy Nicole over at Nicole Reads and my friend Allison over at Book Binge as in telling me to read Brandon Sanderson. I don't know, girls, because I'm stressed out with Brandon Sanderson because I never know where to start. Everyone's like, read his Mistborn trilogy. It's so good. Where do I start? Help! But I'm very excited to be able to read this book. I'm hoping it's good. I know it's about a girl that is under attack, and then she is trying to find something. No, wait, no, that's not what it's about. No. Her fate is intertwined with her father, but no one is letting her forget what her father did. And yet fate works in mysterious ways, and an accidental discovery in a long forgotten cabin might provide her with a way to claim the stars. Fun! Hopefully I can read this soon. This lady looks very nice. The next one I have is the Gilded Ones by Namina Fora. I got this book like last year in a Fairy Loot box. Like, this is like when it wasn't even published yet. Yeah, when it was like in editing, we got it. Are we girls or are we demons? Are we going to die or are we going to survive? I believe it's about these girls who have like special powers. Right here. Dika lives in fear of a blood ceremony that will determine whether she can become a member of her village. If she bleeds red, she will belong, but on the day of her ceremony, her blood runs gold, the color of impurity. The consequences force Dika to leave her village with a mysterious woman destined to join an army of girls like her. The Alaka, the girls who are near immortal with rare gifts, and the only ones able to stop the Empire's greatest threat. But as she journeys to the capital to train for the battle of her life, Dika discovers the great walled city holds many surprises. Nothing are quite what they seem, not even Dika herself.
Oh man, that's deep.
Oh, and apparently it includes scenes of violence, which some readers may find disturbing. I'm excited! But anyway, can we talk about this cover? Isn't it pretty? I love it. Next is Star Daughter, which I really need to read because I have 2 copies. Where's my other copy? I don't know. Oh my god, I just seen it the other day. Star Daughter. I got a purple copy, which is this one, and a gold copy from Fairy Loot in the same month, and I was so salty about it. That's why I didn't upload an unboxing that month for Fairy Loot, because I got the Owl Crate first, and I like the Owl Crate better. But I've been hearing really good things about Star Daughter. I don't really know what it's about, you know. That's the whole theme of this video. So the sky holds many secrets, and it explains why her hair is the silver of starlight, or why some nights the stars call her by name. Stars like her mother, who returned to her place in the constellation Pusha years ago. Since that day, Shatila has been forced to hide. But as her 17th birthday draws near, the pull from the sky is growing stronger, so strong that Shatila loses her control, and the flare of sunfire burns from her human father. An injury only a full star blood can heal. What? The Celestial family has summoned her for a reason, to act as their human champion in the competition to decide the next ruling of the House of the Heavens. What? Desperate to save her father, Shatila agrees, but nothing could have prepared Shatila to face the star's dark history, or she forces at her waking to shut the gate between the realms for good. What? I don't know that was about that. Maybe I should just read the, I don't know, about of these books when I get them. But that sounds freaking awesome. I'm excited. Next I have is Crescent City. Y'all should have knew this was on here, because everybody, first of all, everybody's been talking about Crescent City as well, and the reason I've been so hesitant to read it is just because it's an adult fantasy, and that stresses me out. But it is very hard to read is what I heard, and the first 100 pages is like just like building this world up, and I'm nervous to read it, but I need to get my life together and read more fantasy, okay? And I'm an adult. I'm an adult. I should be able to read adult fantasy. Next I have is Girl Serpent Thorn, which I've also had for a hot minute, and I don't know what it's about. Oh shoot, man. There was and there was not, as the stories begin, a princess cursed to poisonous to the touch. I knew that part. And she must decide if she's willing to step outside in the shadows for the first time. Below in the dungeon is a demon who holds knowledge that she craves, the answer of her freedom, and above is a young man who isn't afraid of her, whose eyes linger not with fear, but with an understanding of who she is beneath the poison. Oh, princess or monster? Maybe you a princess. I'm very excited for this book as well, and I'm hoping I can read it this year. So next I have basically the next 2 books of A Court in Thorns and Roses. Why haven't I read them yet? I literally read A Court of Thorns and Roses in July. I literally posted a reading blog.
Why are you the way that you are? I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
I need to read these, y'all. Bad. Real bad. So hopefully I can read them this year. I know a couple of my friends have said that these series changes a lot in these next 2 books, and honestly the story like goes off the edge, because I said I was team Tamlin like 175%, and everyone's like, no, you are not. So we'll see. I don't know. Next I have is Where Dreams Descend by Janella Angels. So this book is a circusy type of book. I don't really know much of what it's about, but I believe it's about 2 people who like have to fight to the death or something like that. I don't really know. All I know is there's a map. I don't know what this book is about, but I'm excited to read it. So, the theme of this video is I don't know what this book is about, but I'm excited to read it. Next, I have Legendborn, which has also been a super pumped book on BookTube lately, and I'm very excited to actually read it for the first time because a lot of people had said some fantastic things about it, and it stars a black lady, and honestly, that's something you don't see very often in books, so I'm very excited to meet you. Hello.
Hello.
And it says, when the shadows rise, so will the light. When blood is shed, blood will call. By the king's table, for the night orders might. By eternal oaths, the line is law. And I believe she has magical powers. I don't really know, but I'm excited. And the very last book I have is Shielded, which I don't know what it's about, but I love this edition, honestly. I love the Fairy Lou and Owl Crate editions. They're absolutely stunning. And if Fairy Lou ever made like a box that was just the book, I would get it. I just don't need all the other things. I just want the book. Okay. The kingdom of Hodonli is in trouble. It's losing the war at its borders. Rumors of a new deadly near threat has surfaced. Princess Genacera? Oh my god, I'm adding that on my list of baby names. Holy fuck, man. Knows her skills on the battlefield and would make an asset and wants to help, but her father has other plans. Second born to their throne, Jenna lacks the firstborn's her older brother's magical abilities. So the king promises her hand in marriage and the prince of neighboring Tura in exchange for the resources Hadili needs. Jenna has no choice and she must leave behind everything she's ever known if she is to give the people a chance of peace. On the journey to reach her betrothed on her new home, the royal caravan is ambushed and Jenna realizes that the rumors are wrong. The new threat is worse than anyone imagined. Now Jenna must decide if revealing a dangerous secret is worth the cost before it's too late for her and her entire kingdom. Yes. Alright, so that is going to be all the fantasy books that are on my physical TBR. It's honestly, well, not all of them. There's more. But these are the ones that I would like to get to this year. I know it's only February, and I read a lot of books normally throughout the year. Last year I read 100, and this month, my goal is this month.
Well, when life gives you lemons.
This year, my goal is 110. But yeah, I am excited. So, without further ado, I think that is gonna wrap this video up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys have read any of these books, because honestly, there are so many on this list, and it's kind of stressful. But if you guys have read any of them, please let me know what you thought and leave a little review down at the bottom. I hope you guys are having a super wonderful day. If you like this video, make sure you give it a super big thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below and tell me what you thought about these books. How many more times am I going to ask you to do that? 8 more, apparently. And make sure you subscribe to my video for more videos like this. I upload every Monday and Thursday at 11:45 a.m. Eastern Time, and I will see you guys in my next one. Goodbye!